Photoshop tutorial. This time I'm going to create a Photoshop image made up of other images I've sourced from the internet. If I switch over to Photoshop, this is an advert I'm working on that's got numerous elements that I've sourced from the internet. It has a PC, it has a yellow post-it note, and it has a pink post-it note as well. Now, here are the images I have downloaded from the internet and then file opened in Photoshop. There is my laptop, there's my post-it note, and finally, here's my blank image. This is where I'm going to be working on. Right, now sometimes when you download images from the internet, you notice that you end up with one layer. It is called background and it is locked. Sometimes that prevents you from doing lots of different editing. So what I like to do is convert that from a locked background image to another image. All I did was hold down the Alt key and double click. That just makes it a normal layer that I can rename and play around with. So I'm going to rename that post. Right, I want to move this post-it layer into my blank untitled. Very, very simple. All you do is you click and drag the layer, drag it over to the tab that you want it to go to, and you just drop it. There is my post-it note together with a background layer here. So I'm going to try that again with the laptop. So again, a locked background layer, double click, just becomes a layer that I can work with. Drag the laptop layer from the laptop image straight to my blank piece of paper. Hey presto, there is my laptop. 2 images from other sources. Now, at the moment, that looks a bit rubbish compared to my final image. The sizes are all wrong. So what can I do? Well, I can use the transform tool. Easy to do. I'm going to select layer 1. Forgot to rename it, so let's do that. Let's make that my laptop layer. With that layer selected, I hold down Control and T for total transformation. There you go. And I've got the grab handles. This means I could click and drag and resize the image. The problem with this though is that you can squish your image and not get it the exact proportions. So I'm going to stop that and I'm going to do it again, Control T. If I want more control, I can change the width and the height as a percentage here. So if I want it twice as big, I can say 200% wide and 200% high. I'm happy with that and I click the tick. If I didn't want that, I'd click the other option. Now, if I go to the post-it, I've got an issue with the post-it. The post-it is underneath the layer. So remember, how do we change that stacking order? We click and drag and change the order in the layers panel over there. Now it's on top of it. Now, unfortunately, I don't want the white background. That would look a bit silly. So before I transform it, I need to get rid of all of the elements of this layer that I don't need. There's a number of different tools I can use. I just want to keep the yellow. So I'm going to try the quick selection tool. The shortcut is W. There it is. Click on it. That seems like a good selection. And I'm just going to edit. No, I'm not. I'm going to select and inverse to select the rest of the image. I want to keep the yellow, want to get rid of the shade, want to get rid of this white background. So I'm going to hit delete. There you go. It's gone. Control D to deselect, D for deselect. And now I can move that post-it on there. Now it's a bit big. Don't really get post-its that big. So I'm going to transform again, Control T. This time I'm going to actually manually, but I'm going to do it from the corner, get more control over that. If you hold down Shift, it changes it proportionally. That means you cannot change the width as well as the height. So I'm going to make it a bit about that big. Now, the other great thing about using the transformation tool is when your mouse pointer is outside these grab handles, it turns to a little curve. That's showing you that if you click and drag, you can rotate it around. I'm going to make it more like that. And when I'm happy, click the tick. Okay, so it's looking a bit better now. Now, I'm going to want to create another post-it note. I could grab the post-it layer from here, or we could do a trick that we learned previously, and that's duplicate our layers. So I'd drag it from the layers panel onto the new icon, new layer icon there. Look, 2 layers, post-it copy and post-it. I'm going to move that there. Again, I'm going to use the transformation tool, so Control T to transform that and move it to a different angle. Hit enter or click the tick to confirm my transformation. Now this one's called post-it copy. I'm actually going to name it pink post-it note. Spell it properly. There we go. Pin, nearly there. Let's change that. Pink. But Dan, it's not pink. Well, that's easy. With the layer selected, you've got to make sure you've got the right selected layer. You can change the color of any item, and that's done by going Image, Adjustments, and Hue and Saturation. It opens up this panel, and all you really need to know is the hue controls the color that you're applying. The saturation is how much color, and the lightness, as the name suggests, the lightness. So if I want to make it pink, I slide it over here, and you can see, look, green, blue, purple. Slide it over here, different colors. We're getting to pink. There you go. That's nearly pinkish. I can make it a bit lighter, a bit darker. When I'm happy with it, click on OK, and I've got a brand new post-it note. Very simple indeed. And if I have a look at my original advert, okay, looking more or less like it. All I've done there is I've embellished it by adding a bit of text to make that post-it look like it's being used. Well, here ends this little tutorial.